Hey, what's up, everybody? Out here on the lake today, and it has been a day so far. I've only been out here 2 hours. I think 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half. It hadn't been very long. I've caught 8 fish, and just decided to start filming. And 5 of those 8 fish have been over 4 pounds. Everybody says it, but I broke off a giant back over there. Going up here and see if I can catch some more. It is 8 o'clock. I've got about 30 more minutes of daylight left, and I think I can catch some more bass. I've been catching them right here on this white swim jig. I talk about this to everybody. I don't know if anybody pays attention to me or not, but this white swim jig right here, this white swim jig is killer. And really all of these Strike King jigs are. And I want to tell you something about these jigs real quick while I'm tying this thing on. Is you can go get these things for $2.50 at Walmart. And whenever you go to the fishing aisle, go over to where, it's always on the very right bottom of the fishing aisle whenever you're facing all the worms and the crankbaits and lipless crankbaits, just all of all the worms and all that mess. And you got regular jigs that are up on the shelf hanging, but down on the bottom right, you've got some boxes of Strike Kings. They've got swim baits, football jigs, and some other kind of jig. I buy the football jig and the swim jig, and I catch more fish on these. And dude, it's $2.50 for these jigs. $2.50. You do not need to go and spend more money than what you have to. These lures right here catch just as many fish, just as many big fish, and I want to tell you, they are for real, the real deal. There's one right there, dadgummit. First cast. I told you they're good. That's a good fish too. Nice. I told you. See, you better listen. Get in here. Came off right there. What do you know? What do you know? I told you. Number 9. Number 9, second smallest fish. Yeah. Go catch me more fish. Dude, I love fishing. Come on. Number 9. I told you, I just rolled up here. I got to get a better thing. These fish are biting like crazy. Bass fishing. Hey, how you doing today? I am off the water. Day 1 of filming was a lot of fun. Even though I only caught that one fish that was on there, still had a lot of fun. Let me show you what it was that I was catching the fish with. This right here is it's a Strike King swim jig. And like I said in the video, it's down there at Walmart. It's just in those little boxes, and you can get these little boogers right here. And I'm going to tell you, that jig right there is the real deal. This thing has caught me a ton of fish so far this year, especially in the spring, right before the spawn. They're still hitting it. Post-spawn, they're still going to hit it. But it's not as effective, the post-spawn, as it is the pre-spawn. Just the lakes that I've been fishing at. But you know, I may go today. I'm going to go out and fish a little bit this evening, and I'm going to throw it, and they may tear it up. So I don't know exactly what they're going to do, but I'm throwing it. What I'm throwing it with is a Lew's Speed Spool 10 bearing. It's one of the mock reels. It's the green mock reel, and I love this reel with this rod that I've got it with. This rod is a Duckett Silverado. It's a 7.5 foot medium heavy cranking rod that I've got it on, and you're able to really whip that thing out there and put it where you want to put it. I always say it like this: 90% of bass fishing, in my opinion, is casting. You got to be able to put the lure where you want it to go, exactly where you want it to go, and you need it to hit the water the way you need it to hit the water. And so if you can put that lure on the rod and reel that really works for you to be able to do that, that's what you need to do. The gear ratio on this reel is 7 to 5 to 1. And and a lot of guys, they make a big deal. Well, what's the gear ratio? What's this? What's that? Dude, I'm going to tell you, if the gear ratio is lower and it takes you more cranks, just reel the thing faster. If it's higher, reel it slower. You just need to make sure that what you're doing is doing what the fish wants you to do. Now, having a high gear ratio with something with a worm rod, that's good to have, and you can get that in and get your slack out of your line real quick if you need to. But something moving like this, slow it down, speed it up, do what you need to do, and they're going to hit it. They're going to hit it. Now, whenever I throw this out there, what I do is I let it go, I throw it out there, and then whenever it hits, if I've got it up against a rock, this is a rock, and we've got water right here on your side, then I want that lure to hit. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I want that lure to hit in such a way that whenever it hits the water, I'm not going to immediately reel it back. I want it to hit, and I want it to fall a little bit. Because if I'm throwing it up against rocks, if I'm coming across some different stumps or something, I want to leave that lure in the strike zone for as long as I can. Especially whenever the water's a little dirtier, a little bit stained. You want that fish to see that, turn around, locate it, and hit it, and give it time to hit it. You're reeling, you throw it past a log, past a stump, past a whatever, something, and so you throw it past there. Whenever you get it up to there, man, let that thing float right by there. Don't just crank it right through there and zoom it through. Leave it in the strike zone a little bit, and you'll be able to get more bites that way. The next thing I'm throwing is just this 1/8 ounce Texas Rig Bandito bug. I have torn them to pieces. It's a watermelon red. I've been catching them on green pumpkin, black and blue, the blue flake, and so just whatever is best for your body of water, pick it out. The fish may bite one thing better one day and something better the other, but that Bandito bug has really been a big lure for me this year. And like I said on another video, all this is just on a regular little straight shank worm hook. It's got your little ledge up there. I think this is it looks like maybe a 2/0, it may be a 3/0 hook. I buy a lot of those H2O hooks from Academy. Sometimes I'll go buy the Gamakatsu hooks, but get those Bandito bugs, and make sure whenever you put the Bandito bug to take apart and break apart all of these pinchers and these legs, because whenever they come out of the package, they're stuck on there. You want to make sure you pull all these off so they all wiggle independently whenever they're in the water. That's a big major difference being in the water. I've got this on a Shimano Curado DC, and it's the 150 XG Curado, and this is a killer, awesome reel. If you have the money to go get one, I highly suggest you getting one of these Curados. We got it on a Falcon HD rod, It's a 7-foot rod, and I believe it's a, what is this? It's probably a medium heavy. No, it's a heavy action. This is a heavy action. Awesome worm rod, man. It's got the torque that you need, and this rod right here will absolutely get the job done. I think at Academy they're $120, and but I mean, these type of reels is an investment. You really, whenever you put one of these in your hand compared to like a $60 combo, and you put one of these really really nice rod and reel combos in your hand and you fish with it, you'll understand why guys spend the money on these. And if you got the money to spend it, I highly suggest you doing it. This is a rod and reel that will really last a lifetime. They're awesome. And but that Bandito bug, man, those things are absolutely killer. These two rods is what I've been fishing in the boat mostly. I've had some crankbaits, I've had some rattle traps, some different things. Caught some fish earlier whenever it was colder on some jigs, some big football head jigs, but for the most part, those have been my two go-to lures so far this year. The ones I've caught my most fish on. I've caught some other fish on some, I mean, little bitty finesse stuff. With some Z-Man little bitty finesse stuff, spinning rods with 8-pound test. But for the most part, that right there has been my go-to stuff this year, and it has been it's been good for me, and hopefully it'll be good for you too. Hey, go have a great day. Get out, go fishing today. Go to the pond, go to the lake, grab a buddy, and get out there and have a lot of fun going fishing. Hey, I love you. Appreciate you. I'm proud of you. We'll see you soon.